There's something strangely magnetic about a Sigma male. You can't quite describe it. He walks into a room and doesn't say a word, yet every eye, especially hers, slowly turns toward him. Not because he's loud, not because he's rich, but because his energy feels unshakable, untouchable, hypnotic. Ever wondered why some men don't chase and still women chase them? Why some guys speak less but leave a deeper impact than those shouting from rooftops? This isn't about manipulation, it's psychological dominance. Sigma males don't need approval. They don't need validation. They are their own gravity. Women don't even realize it's happening, but suddenly, they're thinking about him. They're craving his presence. They're obsessing, without even understanding why. Today, we're revealing 5 weird, mind-bending ways Sigma males hypnotize women. And trust me, once you understand these, you'll never see human attraction the same way again. If you've ever felt like you don't fit into society's boxes, if you felt invisible, overlooked, or misunderstood, this video might just awaken something powerful in you. Let's begin. Number 1. The silence that screams. How quiet dominance hijacks her mind. Most men try to impress women by talking too much, bragging, explaining, chasing. But the Sigma male? He plays a different game, strategic silence. And here's what most men don't understand. Silence is not the absence of power, it's the weapon of the wise. When a Sigma enters a room and doesn't rush to speak, it creates mystery. It's not what he says, it's what he withholds that drives her curiosity. Psychologically, this taps into a concept called the Zeigarnik effect. The mind fixates on unfinished puzzles, on people it can't figure out. And what's more puzzling than a man who doesn't need your attention? He makes her work to earn his focus. And when she finally does, it feels like a rare, intoxicating reward. Now she's hooked, not by charm, but by absence. Story time. A woman once said, "He barely looked at me, barely spoke. But for weeks, I couldn't stop thinking about him." That's the Sigma spell. While others scream for attention, he lets his presence do the talking. And that silence, it echoes in her mind for days. Number 2. The mirror effect, reflecting her inner desires. Most men try to project strength, thinking that dominance wins attraction. But Sigma males know a different secret. Women don't fall for men, they fall for how they feel around them. And this is where the mirror effect comes in. A Sigma male doesn't dominate the space. He becomes a mirror, calmly observing, deeply listening, and subtly reflecting what she needs to feel. Psychologically, humans are wired to connect with people who validate their identity. So when she speaks about her passions, her fears, her wildest dreams, the Sigma doesn't interrupt or one-up her. He listens with focus. He nods with subtle recognition. He gives her the space to feel seen. And what does that do? It creates emotional hypnosis. Because the more she speaks, the more she feels safe, understood, and emotionally naked. Most men never reach this point, but the Sigma male does, by saying less and sensing more. It's not about pretending to be her mirror. It's about being so grounded, so inwardly strong, that she feels free to project herself onto him. In that sacred reflection, she doesn't just see him, she sees herself, and that's when the emotional bond becomes unbreakable. Number 3, the unpredictable rhythm, disrupting her emotional patterns. Routine is safe, but it's boring, and attraction, especially deep female desire, thrives on one thing: unpredictability. Here's where Sigma males shine. They're not consistent in the way most men are. They're consistent in their core, but their behavioral rhythm? Totally unpredictable. One day, he's fully present, calm, kind, engaging. The next day, he disappears into solitude without warning. This emotional rhythm isn't accidental. It's psychological disruption. The human brain is wired to notice pattern breaks. When someone behaves unpredictably, but not erratically, it captures attention. It pulls the subconscious into a game of curiosity. What's he thinking? Where is he now? Did I do something wrong? Boom. Now she's emotionally investing, even without realizing it. Sigma males are not playing games. They just refuse to be put into a box. Women sense that, and they're drawn to the challenge. They can't map him. They can't control the flow. It's like jazz, structured but unpredictable. And women don't just listen to jazz, they feel it. So while others are busy trying to be consistent, nice guys, the Sigma dances to his own rhythm. And that unpredictability, it burns into her memory like fire. Number 4. The deep eye lock, accessing her subconscious. You know what's more seductive than words? Eye contact. But not just any eye contact. Sigma male eye contact. It's not about staring. It's about seeing. When a Sigma looks at a woman, it's not a quick glance or needy gaze. It's focused, calm, and penetrating, like he's looking through her mask and into her soul. And guess what? That level of attention makes her feel exposed, vulnerable, seen. Psychologists say the eyes are the fastest route to emotional connection. A deep gaze triggers a flood of chemicals, dopamine, oxytocin, adrenaline. It's like nature's love potion. Now combine that with a Sigma's stillness and presence, and what you get is soul-level hypnosis. Here's the twist. He doesn't use this gaze all the time, only when it matters, only when he wants her to feel it. That restraint, that power of timing, it turns a simple eye contact into an unforgettable moment. And when she walks away, she doesn't just remember his eyes. She remembers how they made her feel. Naked, not in body, but in soul. That's not flirting. That's psychological seduction, the kind that haunts her thoughts at 3 a.m. Number 5. The calm chaos, emotional stillness that feels like safety. We live in a world of noise. Everyone's trying to be louder, funnier, more exciting. But the Sigma male, he radiates something far more irresistible. Emotional stillness. When everything around her feels chaotic, texts, posts, deadlines, demands, he becomes her emotional anchor. He doesn't react, he responds. He's not pulled by drama, not triggered by rejection, not enslaved by emotion. He watches, he processes, he remains centered. And here's the truth most men never learn. Women crave emotional safety more than physical attraction. They want to feel held, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. When she's near a Sigma, she feels that calm chaos, like standing near a still lake during a thunderstorm. The world is loud, but he's peace in human form. This emotional balance creates deep trust. She may not understand it, but she feels it. She doesn't just want his body. She craves his presence, his ability to remain whole even when the world is falling apart. That's not just attractive, that's hypnotic. And over time, she becomes addicted to the feeling of being near his energy, because in that storm, he is her calm. Conclusion: the hidden power of silent seduction. What you've just discovered isn't pick-up advice. It's not tricks or tactics. It's the deep psychology of presence, purpose, and masculine power. Sigma males don't hypnotize women by accident. They do it by being deeply attuned to themselves. They don't chase, they attract. Not with noise, but with stillness. Not with force, but with essence. Each of the 5 traits we explored. The silence that screams, the mirror that reflects, the rhythm that disrupts, the eyes that see, and the calm that heals, aren't just weird tricks. They are ancient forms of emotional influence that work not because they manipulate, but because they're rooted in truth. Women don't want a puppet. They want a man who stands firm, alone, mysterious, a man who can lead not just with his actions, but with the quiet depth of his being. If that spoke to something inside you, if you felt chills or clarity, then you're already on the Sigma path. Like, comment, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Because the world doesn't need more noise. It needs more men who move in silence and leave behind echoes.